You, with the uncontrollable Meryl. What are you doing here? You're stealing my spotlight! Yes, I know it's a cute Pokemon. Yours is not. I don't care if it now resists dragons.
Wait, what? Did you just did you just insult a fairy-type Pokemon? Oh, Master Moses, you have made a grave error. I am taking this as a personal insult. To insult my favorite type of Pokemon. Oh, you have brought down the wrath. Why, what shall I do? I could challenge him to a battle, but that wouldn't prove anything, no. I have to best him at his own game. Yes! I too shall take up the Nuzlocke challenge! Hey everyone, I'm Prince B, and welcome to my Pokemon Black Nuzlocke Challenge. For those of you who don't know, I'll go over the Nuzlocke rules while the intro plays. Basically, in a Nuzlocke, you can only catch the first Pokemon on each route, and if Pokemon faints, it's dead. You have to release it. You can't use a revive, you can't take it to the Pokemon Center. Once it faints, it's dead, and you have to release that as soon as you can get to a PC box. For house rules, I'm gonna go with a species clause. So, if I've already caught the kind of Pokemon on that route once before, and I encounter another of that species on the next route, I'm allowed to catch the next Pokemon that I see on that route, as long as it's not another of the same species. So if I catch Patrat on Route 1, and then Route 2 I encounter another Patrat, I can faint that first Patrat, or the Patrat on Route 2, and go and find another Pokemon to catch and add to my team instead. Not really a rule, but a personal preference. I only use regular Pokeballs, and also I don't use legendaries unless the story demands it. Like, well, if I survive long enough, then we'll see later on. So I'm not going to be rappelling through caves to reach legends and get them. So with that out of the way, let's get started with this. We're going to choose our starter, and normally I choose Tepig, just, I don't know, I always get the fire type. But for this run I'm going to get Oshawott. It's just a really solid Pokemon for the main storyline and everything. So now we're going to start by battling our rivals, Sharon and Bianca. So first we're going to fight Bianca, and she chooses the starter that's weak to yours, so she'll have Tepig for this fight. But it doesn't really matter that much since we don't have any of our elemental moves. So just be taking it out with Tail Whip and then a few tackles, and that should take it out, barring any unfortunate critical hits that'll end the run very, very prematurely. So let's just hope that doesn't happen. Tackle, and that did some good damage after the Tail Whip. So 2 more tackles should do it. There's one, and it's going to use Tail Whip. Since we're faster, that probably won't even come into effect. So as long as this hits, which it does, we win, and that almost gives us our first level up. And we got 500 Poke, which is not a bad start. And they trashed my room, which is not nice. I should charge them heavily for the restoration of my bedroom. Instead, they pay me with 500 Poke and restoring my Pokemon, which is probably not enough to cover all these damages. Not very nice. You'd think they'd be smart enough to take it outside, but they aren't. Okay. Next we're fighting Sharon, who has the starter with the type advantage to ours, so in this case Snivy, but once again, without an elemental move, it's a moot point. So we're just going to go with the same strategy we used last time of a tail whip and some tackles. So Snivy's actually faster than Oshawott, so I want to finish this super fast, so less chances of critical hits. So tail whip and then tackle. And that did a good amount. It'll be another 2 tackles after that, 3 total. And as long as he doesn't get a critical hit or I miss, we should be good. And he didn't even attack, he just used Leer. And that takes him down. And that gives us our first level. Still no elemental move, I think that comes at level 7. But another 500 Poke for when we start our journey. Right now it's really boring, we're just going through, if you will, cleaning house. Oh, yeah, that was terrible, I'm sorry. Yeah, we're just taking care of the necessary plot elements here. Nothing super interesting. Basically, go talk to the professor, get the Pokedex, and so on, as with every game. Most of them, anyways. As for grinding, I'm not really sure how I'm going to handle that yet. I'll probably still record the grinding and just speed it up as I do it, unless it's like an important battle or something. Just so that if a Pokemon faints, then it'll still be caught on the recording, as opposed to missing it and then having to explain afterwards. That's just messy. So that's probably how I'll do grinding. If I feel really confident in an area, I might not do the recording or whatever. Like, and also, we have a bit of an advantage here in that later on we'll be able to grind Audinos for massive experience. I'm going to try not to use that too much. I don't want to be super over-leveled. But if I catch a Pokemon and it's a bit below the standard level, I might Audino grind a little bit to just get it up with the rest of the team. So that's how I think we'll address grinding. I don't know, we'll have to see as the episodes go on how much time this is taking and everything to get a Pokemon up to a good level. And here we're getting our Pokedex and everything. But first, we get to nickname our Oshawott. And we're going to name it Kibo, which for those of you who aren't bilingual or have even just the basic interest in Japanese, that would be Hope, because Oshawott is our first Pokemon, and the hope of our victory lies on him currently, so I thought it fit. Now we're getting our Pokedex from Professor Juniper, who is one of my favorite professors. It was really cool that they decided to have a female professor. I do think that she was my favorite until Professor Sycamore, who is just so French that you gotta love the guy. So she's basically saying that she's gonna go on ahead to Route 1, and we'll follow her. And this is where we're going to learn to catch our first Pokemon, but not before Bianca rudely runs up behind me and smashes me out of the doorframe. And here we get the town map, which I highly, highly doubt we'll need, considering Pokemon that know Fly can show you the map once we get that, and I happen to have played all 4 of the Gen 5 games, Black, White, Black 2, and White 2, and as such, I have a pretty good understanding of where everything is at any given time. So, map, nice thing to have, especially if you're new to the Gen 5 games, but we probably won't ever see it, except in the item screen. So, here we're getting some nice, heartwarming stuff about starting our journey together. But, frankly, I don't care that much right now because this is the Nuzlocke challenge, not the field train. So, no time for feels, we just want to get going and start our journey. So here Professor Juniper is going to take on a Patrat and basically just show us how to capture for anyone who is new to the Pokemon franchise, but fairly self-explanatory. Weaken it, throw a Pokeball. Nothing super complex there. So I wish they'd give you a way to skip these things. It's just really boring first few episodes actually. Black and White is a bit more plot heavy than some of the earlier installments in the Pokemon franchise, especially in the beginning. But I think it'll pick up once we get once we get further down the road, and it'll be a bit more of an enjoyable experience. So here we're going to receive our first set of Pokeballs, which is really cool in that you can catch Pokemon right from the beginning. Some games like Gen 1, Gen 2, I think even Gen 3, I haven't played that one in a long time, any Gen 3 games in a long time. Gen 4, yeah, I think all of the first 4 generations you couldn't catch Pokemon on the first route until you completed some little side quest or something, delivering a package or something. Gen 6 you can get them at the very first town before you enter your first grass patch, which is really cool. I think they should do that more often, especially for people who like to do Nuzlocke. Our first Pokemon of the route is a Lillipup female, and so we're just gonna try and weaken that a little bit. I could throw a Pokeball right now and it'd probably catch it, but I just feel a bit more comfortable weakening it since we only have 6 Pokeballs right now. And we're gonna just throw the Pokeball here. And let's see. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. We caught a Lillipup, our very first Pokemon, and a pretty solid Pokemon to have on a Nuzlocke, actually, especially if it has Pickup, which can get us free items, save us some money, or sell the ones that we don't need. I'm trying to think of a name here. I think I'm going to name it Serena. I had some better names for if it was a male, but not as many good female names as my luck would have it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. And if you enjoyed this, join me next time as we actually get started a bit more on the journey itself. I'm sorry once again for the really slow episode. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button to keep up to date on all my future Nuzlocke endeavors. As well as go ahead and click the annotation to go and watch Master Moses' run through of a Heart Gold Nuzlocke, which in part is the reason I'm doing this one. And once again, thanks for your support.